Hello and welcome back to the lecture on derived data types. So data types we seen in the last lecture, there are 8 primitive data types. Each data type has its own specific purpose. So it is not enough in Java to meet our requirements. So there need to have some derived data types that will meet our full requirement of having complex objects, everything. So we'll discuss about derived data types in this section. So we'll start with the important thing which you need to understand about is derived data types are user defined. That means we can customize our derived data types. Usually your derived data types can also contains in the derived data type in the derived data type we can declare a, a primitive data type also inside them, and we can have a multiple primitive data types also which will hold the particular derived data type. These derived data types are also classes which will hold particular values. We will discuss when we come to the programming part of this lecture. We can see that we will explain it in that part. Next thing which you need to understand about the different types of derived data types which are there. So the first type is like string. String is the most commonly seen derived data type. It is a sequence of characters, names, anything we can store, URLs, everything we can store in the string data structure, data derived data type, and it is most widely used. We will discuss about strings when the strings lesson will come, but for now, we think like it is a derived data type. Next thing, which is the collection classes such as are a list, set, map, queue. These all will have a different data structures, and these are all derived data types which can hold some values, and we will discuss about them when we come to the collections lesson. For now, let us think like they are all derived data types. Thank you for watching. Now we will see a practical for this. Now let us see a program based on the derived data type in Java. So I have created a derived data type called as book, and in this book also it is a class also, and I have created a class book, and in the class book I have put two variables. In one, first one is int id, and the second one is the name. Here you can see that book data type can hold two values, integer value id and integer value name, and the string value name. So now let us see the main method in the example one program. In the example one program, in the main method I am created an object of book. So here you can see, if you have derived data type, you have to create an object for the derived data type, and then you have to set the particular values to the derived data type using the dot operator. So here you can see the dot operator I am using to set the particular id and name into the particular data type, and here we can see, and finally I am printing each the values after putting the values. I am printing out the values of the book id and name, and that is it for the derived data type. And you can see that derived data types are complex data types. It consists of primitive data type as well as another derived data types also, and it is very important to know about these derived data types. Now let us run this program to see the output of how the book value is getting printed or not. Here you can see the output. The book id and book name came. So now let us see another program. Now let us see a simple program for printing a string value. This is string is also a derived data type, so it is most commonly used. The important thing about to know about string is that string is an immutable data type. So that once we declare a string variable, we cannot change the value of the string value later. If we change it, a new string will be created only. The initial value will be not changed, and that is the derived data type of string. And let us see the output, a simple output. This will print the name of the name. Yes, that's it. The output came. So it's important to know that in this lecture we have learned about the derived data type. Derived data types are important to learn, that they have can hold many different types of data types. It will make our program will look very complex, but we need to have instances where we need to have a derived data type, and derived data types are used when there is a requirement for like complex data structure we need to implement. There are already Java has inbuilt complex data structures in the collection API, in which consists of array list, hash set, hash map. Everything will be there. But once we learn all collections, you will be able to understand the limitations and the problems which will happen if you use only a particular primitive data type. So in that scenario, we use the derived data types, and let us wind up this session. And thank you for watching this lecture. See you in another lecture.